Alright, we are live. Greetings, boys, girls, and everyone in between. Greetings, boys, girls, and everyone in between. Oh, I am hearing myself on somebody's mic or on the recording on OBS.
I think you might be hearing yourself because I'm not.
On OBS.
Let me unmute the thing now. Oh no, now I'm hearing myself twice.
Alrighty, we got technical issues.
I heard you once.
Echo.
I heard you once. Okay, I think we're good. No, I heard you twice. I heard myself twice.
No, this is on my end.
No, I heard you twice. Yeah.
No, this is on my end.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to just keep blabbering so to see how many times I can hear my own voice. Yeah, I wanted to just through YouTube keep blabbering so to see how many times I can hear my own voice. I heard myself twice.
Oh wait, no. I know what happened. I had the stream up on YouTube. A lovely start we're off to.
Pro streamer, everyone. Pro streamer.
Hello.
Pro Streamer 101.
Yeah, you know.
How to
I
create
accidentally
an
knocked
accident.
out my own internet.
First, I need to sort out these amateur mistakes, and then next, I need to nail down the racism thing.
Like, comment, and
8500
subscribe.
master
You know
race.
Remember, Siege, it's record, not play.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Yeah.
Take two.
Greetings, boys and girls, and everyone in between. Welcome to an experimental FARC stream. For the first time in series history, we will be live streaming a FARC Lowe Dollar Series race. It will be round number 4 at the Mexico City Autodrome on the oval configuration. So as I'm streaming, I am also going to be recording the audio and then mining for sound bites to turn into a radioactive-style recap instead of the traditional commentated review. Hopefully, this will turn out well and not be disastrous.
I tried fiddling with my settings and everyone.
Unfortunately, Woodard, you are still muffled.
You're putting a lot of pressure on us, Siege.
It's okay. Anybody who has seen the previous FARC Super Truck Series streams should expect about the same level of silliness. I don't care about keeping it professional.
This track here is built in the old Magdalena Machuca Park in Mexico City. Random historical note.
Oh, history is always a wonderful thing.
And to clarify, this will be on the clockwise layout of the circuit.
Isn't this track named after two brothers or a pair of brothers who were racing legends in Mexico?
Not in this canon, it is not.
Correct. So that's why I went for the Magdalena Machuca. Because that's the name of the park it was built on top of.
Well, at least I know something.
Mm-hmm. Circuit plays host to everything from the TM Mexico series to Formula One.
You mean Formula A?
I think I've already messed that up twice in the 2014 Master Cup commentary. I know I did at least once, and I kept the take without realizing it until after it went live.
As you can see,
Everyone
all
has
of us
nukes,
have
Mark.
it all together.
Although although if my memory's not great, so I may have said it was Grand Prix racing. Gary, if you're gonna be talking about anything else, I'm going to move your ass out. That is a warning. Because this is for a FARC live stream.
Okay.
So this is a emphasis to stay on topic.
Although, though we can be messing around right now because race
nothing's
isn't
happening
going yet. All
Just wanna
right.
make sure.
To those who are just joining us in the EFR Discord Peanut Gallery and in the YouTube chat, because I am trying to record for a future NASCAR Radioactive style recap, I will ask that during green flag runs, yellow flag pit stops, and 1 lap to go before restarts, we stay on topic of the race. Although seriousness will vary. I don't care how silly we get. And I will only be really interacting with the YouTube chat during caution periods, which will otherwise be free talk. So I'm trying to get my composure to really start things off here.
Getting into character.
Yes. I'm echoing on somebody's mic.
Yeah, I was
Someone's
just
got-
fiddling with my settings. Clearly, the voice activation's working.
Yeah, and
Now I can hear myself.
All right.
And also for the EFR Discord, it is strongly advised that you get on push to talk.
Oh no, I think it's
Yes.
mandatory. I think for this channel it is mandatory.
Gabe, hi.
Yeah, for this channel, push to talk is mandatory.
Yeah, it seems like I, as priority speaker, am an exception to that.
Yeah.
Okay, now people can hear me. That's good.
Yes, I can hear you fine.
And we can't hear Gabe, but that's even better.
Lol.
Ouch.
Actually, I don't even see his icon
Oh,
lighting up.
his mic error is back.
Oh.
Well, either way, Gabe, you could follow along in text chat.
This keeps happening with him.
It's Brazil. What do you want?
Microphones have it out for Brazil.
It happened earlier today. I'm pretty sure it happened a few days ago.
I like my story better.
All right. Let's get this
foggy.
going.
Well, I would blame it on Scott Hamilton. After all, he did screw things up in 2013.
We do not talk about that, Greg.
Hey, Seed?
Yes.
If you want me to, I can pay attention to the chat for you, and then under caution ask you the questions so you don't have to read them.
No, you can see that, I think.
Yeah, I do have
Okay.
it pulled up on my monitor, so I can see it as well.
Just thought I'd offer.
Going on here, that is a Sky 3DO edit that I did in short notice. I'll to be perfectly honest, it's something I've done like 5 or 6 times, so I knew exactly what to do.
Looks like about 15 feet of visibility.
Hey, that gives me a good idea for fictional sponsor, Skyfog Suit.
Well, I mean, it's if any of you have seen the Ice Planet track, I did the same thing on that.
Is it a fog? Is it a wreck? Who knows? It's just a giant cloud in front of you.
For some reason, we have whiteout conditions here in Mexico City.
It's
climate change.
No, it's not. It's not the same whiteout that's on that track. That's for sure. You can still see where you're going here.
Well, okay, I got something. I got something for when
All right, so what's our grid look like? Times it. Front row, Daniel Sharp and Perry Jones. Second row, Splicin and Blaze. Third row, Todd Stater and Marco Diaz Castaneda from the area. Tyler and Carson's in row 4. Sergey Yakovsky and McClellan in row 5. Taylor Matthews, Mike Malone in row 6. Anthony Griffith, Mauro Adachi. Row 7, Valenzuela and Ashcroft. Row 8, Santos and Mark in row 9. Gallagher and Martinez in row 10. Jimenez and Keegan Mallory, the Irishman, in row 11. Row 12, Theodore and Ruiz. Mason Yokoyama, the Texan, and Martini in row 13. Row 14, Sarate and Burr, and David Bloom, well off the pace, rounds out the back of the field in 29th place.
A lot of rookies.
All
Just so
right.
you know, this will be Splicing's last race before Bakerman takes over for the 41.
All right, just coming to green. I would like priority now, please.
I think you have it already.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tesoro Treasure Trove of Taste 100 here at the Mexico City Autodrome. The FARC Lowe Dollar Series competitors running on the 1 mile clockwise oval configuration, but it is a complete downpour as Daniel Sharp leads the field of 29 to the green flag.
Couple of guys in Master Cup experience near the front of this field. Daniel Sharp made his debut recently. Castaneda, of course, won the pole for the Master Cup Series opener. And there's a few other drivers in the field with experience there as well. We'll see how that plays for them today.
Green flag is out now. It's a drag race between Daniel Sharp and Michaela Perry Jones down into turn number 1. Perry Jones to the early lead. The field pours through the absolutely soaked turn 1. One car already into the wall. Paco Martinez, one of the local entries. And he's losing ground fast as he falls to the back of the field.
Regular in the TM Mexico Series, no
And the
luck
game
today.
has crashed.
And here's where we hope you saved the grid.
F.
Oh, okay.
Here's where we hope you saved the grid.
We are having time-space difficulties here, folks.
This is the
Brought to you
trouble
by
with live.
Lightspeed tape delay.
Apparently,
I
our
guess the
sets-
game couldn't
Oh
bear to
my
see the
goodness.
Mexican native red.
It was raining so much it crashed the game.
I told you Mexico was a myth.
God damn it, Scott.
Alright.
Hi, Scott.
This has gone to plan.
Who are you guys talking to?
So,
All right. Rolling away again. Take
Third try.
2.
I don't think I'll need to do that intro again, so I'll just start
No,
calling
hopefully
it at
not.
the start.
Or the grid rundown.
I
When
will,
would be a good point for some of us to chime in?
I will add that this is the first race in Mexico for FARC since 2013,
And it was
a
also a
weekend
downpour.
in which it was also a rain race for the 2 races that were run.
I guess you could blame the fog on the high altitude of Mexico City and the mountains.
I would say it's smog, but never mind.
yes,
I don't think it's
it's a
that
mix.
bad.
Your option is correct.
I'll say I don't think it's as bad as LA in the 80s.
No, it's just some Pocono level fog.
Yeah.
Chris Busher would like to know your location.
Pace car leaves the field in the hands of Daniel Sharp and Michaela Perry Jones. 29 cars on hand. Who will survive this downpour?
couple of drivers with Master Cup experience in the field. Daniel Sharp is one, made his debut recently, and Castaneda, of course, won the pole for the season opener.
Green flag is out. Drag race down into turn 1.
Awful start for the 71.
Hunter Blaze, our points leader, off to a very poor start as he loses ground. Daniel Sharp and Michaela Perry-Jones still drag racing through the first couple of corners, but Sharp wins out. Trying 4 wide. Absolutely no visibility from our vantage point down the backstretch. 3 wide for third place.
Kelly spliced into the outside and...
Several cars off the road at the end of the first lap.
Oh, that can't be good.
That's not gone well.
They pile up at the start-finish line.
Oh, Yo 6 blindsided him.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Splicing carries her lucky bat in her car for those who try to wreck her.
Paco Martinez with heavy damage on that front end. The caution has not come out.
Yeah, probably because they were all off the road.
I don't even think couldn't see underneath his stand.
Exactly.
Let's go back and
Taylor, there's no caution. The flagman.
go back and look at the replay.
It's a good thing Kelly Splicing can't be heard over a radio.
Oh God, you can't see.
I have a feeling there's a couple things, a couple of drivers. It's a little good that you can't hear them over the radio.
Kelly Splicing, the first one to go off the road. Ben McClellan and our points leader, Hunter Blaze, will follow her.
I think Martinez in the 6 car, way in the back, got the worst of that.
Crash, bang, smash.
And of course, right into the 46.
I think the 46 will probably get away with most of that.
Oh, Phyllis Theodore ran into the back of the 86 car as well.
It seems that the grip on those duck roll rain tires isn't lasting as long as it was in practice session.
By the way,
So it
speaking of
happens.
smash,
That's what happens when you have rain tires that aren't really prepared to go full, or rather, aren't ready to run.
These drivers were warned beforehand that if they run off into the grass, the caution will not fly for them.
Yeah, apparently. Not
Sounds
sure
like
if everyone noticed.
sounds like a smashing good time. Speaking of smash, get yourself a 6-pack of Smash beer.
I don't know how long Sharp's going to be able to hold that off.
Taylor Matthews goes off the road.
There's another car that went off.
Someone else a bit further back.
And the caution is out.
Think everyone that hit the pit lane is going to be kicking themselves a little bit for pitting instead of just toughing it out and staying on track.
And it appears
someone's smoking.
Someone's dead up ahead.
Got a fire in the hole in the back.
Oh, don't worry, the rain should put it out shortly.
Oh, that was a pile up in turn 1.
Perry Jones took over the lead from Sharp right as that caution was coming out. We're going to have to see if that was official.
Xavier Ruiz, I think, got ran over by the 99.
Yeah, either that or Ruiz had a little hard to tell. Yeah, he got a bit of help. He definitely had the line.
Xavier Ruiz making his first start of the season for his brother's team. He was running a lot better than he has in his previous FARC attempts. Hunter Blaze, points leader, up in smoke, coming to the caution.
It's not going to do him any good
Whoa, that was a close call.
It looks like his car has turned into a blaze.
Yep.
Rip.
Well, it is still early in the season, so he could probably use this in the best of 8 format as a throwaway race.
Henry Santos The Team Mexico regular also up in smoke.
That's pretty disappointing for the home crowd. I think he was probably one of the guys that you could project to go a little higher up than where his qualifying position indicated.
Dan Sharp almost struck the number 4 right there.
And what on earth is the 6 car doing?
Oh my god.
An absolute disaster. Under this first caution, Kelly Splicin is stuck in the grass there.
I thought she was stuck in pit.
Yeah, that car's had an overly eventful race already.
Sure they're not magnets in the back of that thing?
Magnets for what?
The walls are concrete.
Oh. What were you doing?
Oh my god.
Kelly, you didn't have your phone in the car, did you?
There's
Kelly
a little
fam.
thing called car ahead.
Kelly Splicin not at all happy with Castaneda for some reason. Alright, pit stops. Perry Jones leads them in.
A possibility is the lack of visibility. She might have just ran over him without seeing who he was.
Couldn't see that car, but could see a lot of the other ones.
Shut up, I'm trying to give her some credit.
Perry Jones took over the lead from Daniel Sharp right before the caution came out, but of course, that was right before Sharp ran into problems of his own.
Oh!
Contact!
Unsafe release.
Hard contact on pit road.
Unsafe release, 93.
This is a very particularly unsafe pit road.
93 car let
That's
93
not
team let their
gone
car
well.
out right in front of the 66.
Steve does have a pretty nice dent in the front of that car now.
I hope for their sake that the Master Cup race control is not present. Otherwise, they'll be getting a invitation to the steward's office for that.
This is FARC. Is there even a race control?
The Master Cup racing control is probably at the bar.
No, they are the bar.
They are at the bar at the moment too.
Yeah, because they're the bartenders.
Who's gonna watch the FARC race? Let's be honest. They are worrying about the situation in the Master Cup competition.
Perry Jones is still gonna. Is 6 car lap down?
Keegan Mallory is, yes, a lap down.
I would hope that the
gamble.
Mallory probably broke down in the middle of the track. That's why they were slowing down like that earlier.
No, Mallory was in the first lap. Went off on lap 1.
Yep.
Must have pitted, and is now back out. And because then the yellow came out, that put him a lap down. But since he's a lap down, if he's a lap down, and the way this track is configured, if I think the restarts or rules are what I think they are, he might get the inside line all by himself in the first corner.
Hey, what's
Mallory and John Burr got bogged down in the grass after going off.
What would be the FARC equivalent of Valvoline?
Yes.
Well, I just noticed that the 6 has the Mark Martin number, so I was thinking
that font's been all over the place.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's equivalencies. It's just fictional.
I wouldn't worry about it.
But yeah, the 93 and the 66 stayed out.
Are we all pitting again?
I don't think so.
I think it's just the line that the corner is.
Yeah.
They obviously don't consider the damage worth taking a look at, so it'll be interesting to see if that affects their pace once the restart happens.
Well, if it's going to affect the 93, it's going to affect the 66 because that's the car they hit. If anyone's going to be jumping all over them, it's going to be the 16 and the 82. Okay. The 6 is going to get the inside line all by himself.
I think John Burr is going to join him.
All right, well, either way, the 6 car, if he has the 54 behind him, Mallory could be back in this race real quick because you got 2 cars with damage leading the outside line. And you got a theoretically fixed up 6 car leading the inside. This could get really messy really quick.
And seeing how Splicing is performing today, it's gonna turn into a crash fest.
Yeah, you can pretty much see that coming a mile away.
I think there's that Castaneda, fifth or sixth car back might have the easiest shot. The 68, the 19, I don't think the 7 could switch lanes quickly enough.
Coming to the restart. In just a few moments, your leader is Michaela Perry-Jones, and Todd Stater follows her after that controversial contact in the pit lane. Rip Tyler, Sergei Yakovsky, and Anthony Griffith make up the top 5.
Watch the 7, the 19 further back, and at the front, watch the 6. The 7's a bit of a hard car to see. The 19's the first white car on the outside line. I think the 19 may be the first clean car that's not going to be stuck on the outside line. Or that is on the outside line, rather. That's not going to have a car to their inside. I butchered that.
Green flag is back out on lap 8. Big start for Perry-Jones.
6 car was sleeping on that start. 19's coming.
Here comes the 41 to make it 4 wide.
And a crash. Mocha,
6 is going to get ahead of the 66, but not enough to...
Yep, Yokoyama.
Yokoyama and Taylor Matthews got into the wall. The caution is out again. Yokoyama had help from the 86 of Grant Carson's.
Can't really blame that one
Taylor
on the
was
weather.
wrong place, wrong time.
Yep.
And a pileup coming to the caution.
Oh, boy.
I see the 99 also off. 54.
Taylor Matthews is in it.
82 is in it, so that probably started way at the front.
Heavy damage for Ben McClellan.
Racing damage at that.
And Sergei Yakovsky.
The 16 is no longer in the top 10, and the 68 is in third. Something definitely went wrong up there.
Well, this one you could probably blame on the weather.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, that wasn't going to work.
Yeah, that's your explanation right there.
Yeah, there's where the 16 went. Rip Tyler off.
That might be multiple incidents in 2 different places combining into one big crash.
Big crashu.
Rip Tyler goes off into the wall first. From third place.
Well, if there's one thing that Sergei Yakovsky proved right there, it's that rain plus paint equals all your noob are belong to us.
Finally, a wreck that Kelly Splicing isn't responsible for.
And then
Did the 82 have a little help from the 19, it looked like?
37, the 54, I don't think we're quite through with each other. Something tells me that if we were to play the radio chatter from the 54 in-car radio, this would be demonetized, even though it wasn't monetized in the first place.
I can assume the 61 is just... It has fallen into a disaster so fast in such short notice.
If I could do a female voice, that would probably be a Radio Sweetheart nominee.
99 also gets a good second incident of the race. The 03 almost got involved. It has been quite a mess this early few moments of this event.
Mallory's 2 down, so he's that explains a lot.
93's in pit road along with some other cars.
I wouldn't count the 61 out of a good result just yet. We're gonna have to wait and see if this attrition rate ever calms down.
I'm not counting the 6 out of a good result, even though he's already down a few laps.
Well, given the possibility of attrition, I think that the people who are currently laps down may get good finishes regardless.
Yeah, and I think it's mostly going to just be because of what line they're restarting on they're taking the restarts on.
Also, I think the 93's in the pit to repair the damage that...
There's more contact on pit road.
Gator and somebody else.
You know, I talked to one of the officials on pit road, and they said it's going to be really hard to try and officiate how these cars get out of pit road, and we see that it's very hard for them to get out of.
Well, the one that I talked to was offering me booze.
Hopefully, it wasn't the Mexican kind, because you might be on the toilet for a while.
Oh no, it was the good Mexican kind.
Okay, good.
Mexican alcohol is okay. It's
Mexican
the water you're worried about.
Mexican alcohol is great.
Oh, it's the water that's not okay. That's why there's such a
Right.
long line at the
Kinda
bathroom.
like-
Okay.
It's kind of like Detroit. The alcohol's great. The water's not.
That's why they call
mean
it Montana.
water in
Curse.
Detroit
I
is
don't know.
fine.
It might not be that bad.
Yeah, it's fine in Detroit, but
Also,
I can just hear
I
the
might be thinking of a city that's
Yeah.
slightly north of that.
yes, I am well aware of it.
I can just hear the Detroit
Watch-
viewers clicking
watch
the
the,
X on Windows.
Remember, the Flint water crisis started when they took themselves off of Detroit's water system.
Yep. The the 7's leading on the start. If the 6 ever gets a good enough jump on the restart, I think he's back in this race and he gets another quick caution, which I have a feeling he will for at least the first half of this race until enough cars drop out.
Kelly Splice must be wearing through her tires pretty quickly because she's back in the pit lane.
I don't necessarily think it's tires they're worried about.
Splicin is a lap down, so this would be the lap that lapped cars are allowed to come in.
Ah, that makes sense.
Several
What
drivers,
really surprises me is the
several drivers not partaking in pit stops. Anthony Griffith will lead on this restart, followed by Xavier Ruiz, Grant Carsons, Mike Malone, and David Bloom.
Oh shit!
All right, we're getting another. All right, I think we're getting another yellow just by default, just because of the 69 car.
You know, I was down there on the grid before the race and before we came up. I heard some teams talking about maybe putting on slicks later in the race. It's even if they get that far, though. So,
Well, I guess they wanted to get that nice drifting going on.
I don't imagine anyone's going to be throwing on slicks as long as it's raining.
no one will be insane enough to do that. Fix your sources.
this is FARC. You really want to test that?
Yeah, I mean, if David Bloom could be however many seconds off the pace of quali, and he's gonna try to restart in 5th, and he thinks that's gonna be clean. Ooh boy.
All he has to do is stay out of trouble, and I think he's gonna get a top 10.
Who are we talking about again?
I don't know who.
David
Six-
Bloom.
Yeah.
He is a spirit of trouble. As we are lining up for the restart lap, the number 6 is on the inside, being followed by a few others.
All right. I think how messy this is gonna be is gonna depend on how many cars join him.
David Bloom trying to ride the momentum from his 16th place finish at ABQ.
There's 16 finishers there.
He's got 4 on the inside at least.
And you also got to take into consideration a lot of these cars in the top 10 already got a considerable amount of damage on them.
Yeah, it's going to be about who gets the least amount, and I think the guys in the front are going to be in a pretty good position. Hell, Bloom doesn't have any damage in that car that we know of.
And a quick reminder, there are drivers in the top 10 that did not pit under this last caution.
I think everyone in the top 9 didn't pit because the 93 is 10.
Well, the 93 lost about 5 positions on pit road, actually. So.
Oh, wait, no, the 66. No.
66 is in 7th. I think he was the first one to come out of pit road.
I think the
Yeah,
top 6 have not pitted.
Also, we saw what happened the last time that the 86 and the 212 restarted in that order.
Oh, no.
Let's see if the 6 gets a better restart.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the 6. Watch him. Watch him, and again, the 19.
Coming to the restart, Anthony Griffith leading for the first time today.
Keegan Mallory starts are so bad that I wonder if there's not a parachute strapped to that thing.
Contact between the 86 and the 212 again. Carson's into the wall.
Well, that's payback if I ever saw. It looked like 212 ran him wide. Love it.
Somehow we did get a more orderly start than expected with David Bloom, but still everyone fanning out 3 and 4
We
wide.
hadn't
what?
finished the
4
lap
wide going to
yet.
the backstretch.
You know what? I gotta give David Bloom a lot of credit. I haven't seen a disappearing act like that since Houdini.
David Bloom going back to his place.
Mallory
last
runs
time.
off the road again, and he's around.
I can see another 2 cars running out as well.
Yeah, looks. One of them's Burr.
Ashcroft is one. No, that's Gallagher. Never mind.
Burr's the other one.
Yellow
And
flags in
caution's
the air.
out.
The yellow, or is that the?
And we have
oh
smoke
yeah.
in front.
No, that was the yellow flag.
And the
Okay.
66 in the
Stater's
lead.
around.
And a skirmish in turn 1 after we take the caution.
Rip Tyler,
Was-
Mark, and Todd Stater.
Is the flagman wearing yellow?
I don't think so.
I think he is. Because I don't think the yellow was out before then.
Castañeda in the wall, coming back to the caution.
Known for his oval driving experience and expertise.
Let's get a look at the flag.
Also known for some throwaway. Yeah, I think. Yeah, the dude is wearing yellow, but the yellow flag was already out. But I don't know if that other crash had already happened then.
Yeah, I think it was out before Stater and Mark spun.
I don't think so.
No, the yellow was for that incident.
For which one?
The one in
The
turn 1.
Mark
I think it was for
Rittmeyer.
that one.
Oh, okay.
00366 and the 16 scuffling.
I think Mallory may have triggered the caution. He went off the road and drifted back onto the surface.
Anthony Griffith's putting that 7 key to good use by getting out of the way.
Yeah, no kidding.
Leaders are pitting. Is everybody gonna come in this time?
16 cars still in the lead lap?
Looks like everybody.
Rip Tyler's gonna come. Rip Tyler's gonna bypass the pit lane and take the lead for himself.
Taylor Matthews surviving now without a hood.
Well, this could be Rip to Tyler, depending on what happens here.
Taylor Matthews switching to a FARC modified.
Yeah.
Or would it be Nomad modified?
Whichever.
Take your pick.
Only 4 cars out of it.
Oh.
Oh, now we're gonna get 5.
Oh, we have a smoker.
Oh, someone's smoking coming into their pit stall.
68's out.
I think 68, yeah.
Castañeda goes up in smoke, coming down the pit lane.
Fire in the hole.
The curse of Montezuma strikes again.
Montezuma's revenge.
Nice looking paint job. Might have to show up again.
Good thing it's raining out. The fire response crew can just keep relaxing.
So, Splicing's only 1 lap down or multiple?
Splicing is 2 laps down.
Damn it, I was kind of hoping that if she got ahead of the leaders and another caution happened, she'd get on the lead lap.
Oh, we still have a long race to go, my friend. It can still happen.
Here come the lap cars down pit road. The 82 is going to stay out and stay on the tail end of the lead lap here.
I don't think
We
the
are
16, I don't think has that much damage on it.
No, it looks fairly intact as we are reaching the first fifth of the race right now as we are entering lap 17 of 100.
Yeah, I think we got
61's gonna take second place.
I think got a feeling we're not done looking at the 7 of the 19 yet. I think they could be big players here.
We still have 83 laps to go.
Someone's in trouble.
Is that Perry
93
Jones?
car.
Perry Jones in trouble under this yellow as well.
The pole setter?
Outside of the front row.
Was it a puncture or did the... Oh, okay, no smoke.
Wait, what smoke?
Not yet.
I said no smoke, so it looks like a puncture.
Sorry, I misheard you.
That looks like a lot of damage on that car.
They got 93 problems, and we haven't even counted one of them.
Oh, that was a good one.
I think the 93 might have been dropping fluid on the track. It might be something to do with the radiator.
Car's still rolling.
Can you tell that?
Kinda. All right, let's see who's gonna be on the inside line. And now now the leaders hope the 82 doesn't have that much damage. Oh boy.
See the 41, the 74.
41 car. Mallory and Burr.
If you've already eaten through that first bowl of popcorn, you might want to go mix some more, ladies and gentlemen.
If I am Rip Tyler, I am smashing the panic button.
If I'm Anthony Griffith, I'm praying to all the gods because he's also behind a very damaged car, so this could be getting pretty sketchy.
And it looks like Ruiz is behind Carson's. I wonder what's going to happen there.
Ruiz and Carson's just can't get away from each other.
I have a feeling we're not done with that one.
I have a feeling there will be a couple more yellows before this is over.
And if those two guys, and it's all right if those two guys still have they may not have another run-in on track, but I think we may have a middleweight title fight in the pits after this.
Ding, ding, ding.
I think we're going to have a couple dozen more cautions after this. Pace car is off. Rip Tyler leads, stuck behind Sergei Akovsky on the tail end of the lead lap. Green flag is back out.
82 looks like he got a good start. 16 keeping on pace with them.
Oh boy.
Oh, there's contact.
I think they got away with it this time.
Tyler looking to get around him though.
Perry Jones
And
runs off the
someone's
road
made-
trying to catch up to the back of the field.
And Tyler's in the clear. The 82 back a lap down.
Back a lap down, almost off the
Car on
road.
wall.
And he's in the wall.
We have a couple of cars tangled.
Hey, we made it one lap.
A clean lap, ladies and gentlemen.
Clean in quotations.
Yes.
Told you to
Caution
make some more
free lap.
popcorn.
The record will show it's clean.
For second, Taylor Matthews around Anthony Griffith without her hood. And we're only on lap 20.
Grant Carson's fast approaching on the number 7.
It looks like Kelly Splicen may be following manufacturer orders and may try to keep the rest of the field from getting the Rip Tyler.
Rip Tyler is off.
And he just screws himself over.
Yakowski's off.
Doesn't look like that
There
much
goes
damage.
Griffith for the lead.
And there goes the battle for the lead in its
Something happened in the back.
Karate.
Fire.
Kaboom!
Margarita Zarate is done for the afternoon.
Looks like he
And
had a
Yokoyama's
friend
very
join it.
slow.
Margarita Zarate blew up, coming through 3 and 4. She's going to lose the back of that car. Mason Yokoyama joins her.
Yeah, if there was fluid being leaking out onto the track, I don't think Yokoyama had any choice but to join in.
And fluids on a wet racetrack make it even more slick.
What became of the battle that was going into turn 1?
I don't think Yokoyama could buy a break anywhere.
Oh, Malone's off, I
Oh,
think.
that car's everywhere.
And
What the hell?
big crash on the front stretch.
61-19.
Taylor Matthews
46.
is in it. Looks like Grant Carson's.
Valenzuela.
Taylor Matthews is
Montezuma
out
has
of it.
striked again.
Another big crash on the front stretch. Splicin goes off the road. She is joined by Grant Carsons, Taylor Matthews, Benito Valenzuela, and Mike Malone. All have heavy damage.
I don't think
That 61 had nowhere to go.
That poor.
and I think Malone, in kind of his lucky stars, he didn't get more damage than he did.
And poor Taylor Matthews had no escape route from that situation.
I kind of wonder how many cars are going to finish as well. But oh, that's getting a little chippy.
Well, I mean, that's the epitome of that 46th season with Malone behind the wheel.
Jose Antonio Martini having some kind of problems with Daniel Sharp.
Well, given his back.
I think he saw Sharp at the last minute and hit the brakes really hard and just slid right into him.
Yeah, I mean, Sharp's car is pretty dark, and it's a downpour, so...
Yeah,
I mean,
kind of
we're
wonder why he was going
barely
that
able to
fast,
see.
though. And then he threw it off again all on his own, so...
He was coming out of the pits.
He's kind of just compounded all his problems. I think the officials are going to have a very long day. A very, very long day.
I think the drivers will be joining the officials at the bar later.
And that's another DNF
So
for Taylor Matthews 2 times in a row after her win at Sayre earlier this season.
And we have to ask, what were the event
didn't
planners
win at Sayre.
smoking?
She didn't?
Tyler Tabor won that thanks to a fucking lapped car, pardon my French.
I mixed up who left with the points lead and who actually won.
I think Taylor won the season opener, right?
Negative, that would be
No.
Evgeny Kuznetsov. Yeah, sorry, I totally mixed those up. Still 2 DNFs in a row from someone who, prior to those, was the points leader.
May I share a fun fact with everybody? Many of these cars, when wrecked and not able to be repaired, are usually sent to various areas of the world to help regrow the reefs around in the ocean. Many of these cars can actually be found in a bent twig lake in the middle of the track.
In all the madness during that restart, Mauro Adachi, I believe, had to pit under green, but with the way the caution fell, I think he's going to come around and be the leader.
Yeah, I believe with all of his experience, he's one of the few guys that's running the rain with a decent amount of regularity.
And the 46 has put it behind the wall. Tough break for Malone, who has not finished a race yet this season. In his first season in the Cat Motorsports 46.
He can't buy a break.
Neither can that team.
They can buy broken things.
Well, I would say that a sponsorship from Kit Kat Bar would be highly inappropriate.
Not in this series.
Hopefully, well... Hopefully they're not too mad at the pace car for stealing their sponsor, but, you know.
I have just gotten off the phone with SWH driver Tony Long, and he is laughing his ass off, hysteric.
As a owner of a FARC car in one of the lower series, I can say that I am happy that my checkbook's happy that I don't have a car in this race.
Steve Pater is already tweeting about this race. He's got some interesting things to say.
One driver that has been having a lot of luck being around of incidents without being involved in them himself is Mark. Mark is a friend of Master Cup driver for Tutino, Truman Allison, that has been driving for his friend's team throughout this season. He is currently in 7th place.
David Bloom, I believe he has not been in a single incident so far. Because he's so slow that he actually has enough time to avoid the wrecks.
Well, sometimes having a car that's just slow enough can be pretty beneficial in rain races because they're easier to control.
Yeah, we've seen that back in 2011 with Yevgeny Kuznetsov in the Tutino through the 2011 round of Colombia for Master Cup race.
Yeah, the Cats of.
And the next year at Mosport, when John Burr when Paul Lyons drove John Burr's car to a top 10 at Mosport.
In a race that arguably had way worse conditions than any other rain race in recent years.
Oddly enough, the 2012 Arla race at Mosport was the first Arla race that Woodard won. Because of Derek Dudding.
Mauro Adachi catches a lucky break after an unscheduled stop, and he will lead on this restart. Anthony Griffith and Xavier Ruiz are in tow. Daniel Sharp has worked his way back into the top 5, and Luis Jimenez is possibly the last. Luis
Jimenez.
Luis Jimenez is.
Jimenez might be looking to take this one for the home crowd here. He's been all but invisible. He's been off the track a few times, but nothing too bad on that car, looks like. I'm probably going to jinx him, and he's going to crash really badly, though, on this restart.
Green flag back out. Anthony Griffith all over Adachi.
We have a big one cars with a 42.
It's now just a 2-car breakaway for the lead.
Daniel Sharp and Timothy Ruiz, Xavier Ruiz, then that's clean.
Both of them missed disaster there.
4 wide down the back stretch.
82 car might be fast enough to win this race.
We have some contact going into 3.
212's going off. Oh, there they
several
go.
cars in the wall once again. Griffith is off from second.
That's a big one for the 86.
And another one went off in the back.
86
Splicing
car.
went off the road, but was able to keep it straight.
These guys are pushing their lock awfully hard, and...
Oh, I thought I just saw a car go around.
Grant Carsons also goes around.
Lost it all on his own.
M. Mark up to second, followed by Megan Gallagher, who has not been able to catch a break yet this year.
Where's the 7 car?
Adachi is off from the lead. It's going to be Megan Gallagher taking it.
He keeps it straight, so we're going to stay green here.
Unless they run right into traffic.
They do a good job getting around him. Bloom's off.
Yeah, but I think he was going so slowly, he only barely brushed the wall.
It was a very slow contact, so he's absolutely fine with it.
Martini
Probably
around
not
in the
gonna hurt
back, and that's going to bring out the caution again.
David Bloom's still on lead lap?
Yes, he is. Last
Yeah,
car on the lead lap.
These are all falling pretty much perfectly for him.
I don't know his plan, but whatever it is working.
Oh boy.
And another crash coming back to the caution.
Oh, Daniel Sharp lost it.
Lost it.
He may have had help there. Either that or he pulled up in front of the 98.
Yeah, he lost it in front of and just lit up in front of the 98.
Maybe some displeasure?
98
No,
was
he
already
just
in the wall.
No, the 77 just slid up.
Yeah, 77 lost it.
Phyllis Theodore and Patrick Ashcroft also went off. Ashcroft didn't spin, Theodore did.
You got a lot when you got a corner like the final corner here, though. Apex kind of late, so.
Yes,
This race is
It's gonna feed everybody off towards that wall.
The world famous Peraltada, one of the most difficult corners in the world.
Well,
it is a very difficult corner today, especially in that speed. Well, we're on the old track. We're on the old track. It's still hard.
Yeah.
They ruined it.
Perry Jones restarted from second to last car on the lead lap and made her way up to fifth by the caution.
Michaela Perry-Jones doing a great job recovering from those mechanical issues.
This would also be her first start in the rain.
They've had mechanical issues, they've had driver issues, they've had rain issues, and we're not even halfway yet.
We're not even 1/3 in, and I can see most. I would say all the lead lap cars have gone in. I don't know who wouldn't be taking this opportunity.
Those are all lap cars.
Oh, contact! Theodore and Mark coming at the pits.
Theodore just wanted to say, oh, hi, Mark.
Mark can be heard on the radio saying he did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. He did not hit her.
He did not.
Oh, hi, Truman.
Megan Gallagher continues to lead out of the pit lane.
You know, I talked to one of the owners just a little bit ago, and I looked at him and I said, how are you feeling about today's race? He started to sob, cry, and he leaned on me and fully wept tears of misery. Back to you guys.
Well, how would you know? I mean, aren't they soaking wet?
You could tell.
It's a little hard to tell what tears and rain is at this point.
The reports of that owner being Ryan Matthews is fake news.
This Breaking Racing brought to you by Murphy Lawson Home and Car Insurance.
Only slightly more scummy than the Illinois Republican Party.
Okay, that's highly doubtful. I think we know how bad that party is, Cooper. Come on.
There's a Republican Party in Illinois?
Yeah, it's kind of like a haunted house. Got a bunch of ghouls in it.
Also, we mentioned earlier someone couldn't buy a brake. Well, if you need to buy a brake, head on down to Carl's Super.
Like Jones' big ass used parking lot, or used cars and whatever. Fuck, I can't remember.
There's Jones Bigfoot Barbecue and fuck, I forgot.
That's a 312 area code on that too. I should know. I at least should remember that.
Didn't someone sing the song in the NBA World Finals? Was it Steph Curry? I can't remember. I'm gonna search that.
By the way, we're 40 minutes in.
Yeah,
yes.
It was Steph Curry.
This is going to be a while.
How long must we suffer?
At this rate, until no one is left.
We are on.
We may have more caution laps than actual green flag laps.
We are on track to have our longest race in the FARC Lowe Dollar Series since the series wisely decided to hold endurance races.
We need to stress that AmeriCar, the Championship Road Racing Series, ran on this very same track, albeit on the road course configuration, and they were done by 45 minutes. So this is an abnormally long time for a race here. though the conditions are surely extremely difficult.
If every single car dropped out, would they declare the race null, or would they tell everyone they have to do it?
I don't think we've ever had that happen before, so we're going to find out.
I sure hope
think
not.
by default the race director declares whoever was running last running to be the winner in that case.
Because there's no one to complete the other laps, so the last car to complete the most laps by default.
In this
But
case, nobody wins.
The pace car will be declared the winner.
In this case, the winners are gonna be the panel beaters. Well, the shops anyway.
Pace car is off. Megan Gallagher is going to lead on this restart, looking for her 3rd career win. Green flag back out. Mark follows in her tracks.
Holy hell, 66 car got an all-4 restart.
41 also did not go.
The inside line's generally been courteous on these restarts. None of them have really gotten a jump on the leader.
14 cars in the lead lap, just about half the starting field.
David Bloom is 10th. Or, well, he was.
He's a survivor, and by all means, if he finishes in the top 10, it will be to his credit.
David Bloom wisely backing off from the rest of the field.
Gallagher running off the track as well as several other cars. Ruiz goes around.
Ruiz is merging back safely, I assume?
I like the fact that David Bloom was only barely able to outrun a car that was half stuck in the grass.
Mark stuck on the outside is a 4 wide for the lead ensues. Anthony Griffith's gonna take the 1st position. Michaela Parry-Jones is looking for a 2nd.
You know, I've heard a lot of people say that Anthony Griffith is probably overdue for a Master Cup comeback of some kinds, and he's kind of proving that today. That and the 93 of Perry Jones.
A mad scramble for the lead.
93 takes the lead.
M. Mark
recovery by the 93.
M. Mark has gone off.
And I think he drew a caution.
Caution is out for the 03.
God damn it, you ruined it. Thanks a lot.
And you can see Truman Allison, who was attending this race to support his longtime friend. He is throwing everything from the paddock. He just got a television. He threw it at someone.
Oh, son of a bitch, that hurt.
Coming back to the caution, several more cars go off. Griffith, Stater, Jimenez.
Perry Jones is going to lead him to the caution.
Jimenez's car is all messed up.
Griffith, the 7 key is not meant to be used in the corners.
An excellent recovery by Perry Jones is going to put her in the lead.
Yeah, I think it's the 93 and the 7, really, the only 2 cars that can really compete for the win here, unless they break each other.
And the first car to actually challenge them, the 03, fell out really quickly, so it has to be between them.
Can I just say, our locals have had absolutely no luck in this race.
Sadly.
How many are still left running?
Jimenez is still running. The 47 still running.
And it looks like they're going to be coming back on pit road this time.
It's a very profitable day for Duck Roll Tires.
Not to mention Cromwell Auto Works.
Yeah.
There'll be plenty of work back at the fab shops for these teams.
Wait, these are composite bodies. What fab shops do... Who's gonna have a fab shop?
The fabulous shops that paints the cars.
Gotta rehang the bodies.
Gotta rehang the bodies. And not only that, but it depends on how much the chassis are composites or not, and who they're getting them from, or if they're in-house.
And an excellent stop by Griffith, and he's going to take the lead from Perry Jones on pit road.
Radio in from Anthony Griffith says that he really likes how the car is feeling and that the tires are working great. He says he wishes that he was just a little bit tighter, but otherwise the car is near perfect for him.
And pushes off the track.
Splicing told over the radio to calm the hell down and just make it through the race.
Michaela Perry Jones also came in, said that her car was feeling pretty good, wishes it was a bit better in the middle of the corner, but otherwise she says that the car has been stout and when it's out front it can fly.
Hopefully it does not wind up flying on the catch fence.
Perry Jones, as a matter of fact, has been reporting to her crew that she's been very uncomfortable all day. She was very nervous prior to the start of the race at the threat of rain, but has not been driving like it to this. The Indiana short trackers never run a race in wet conditions before, but has seems to have been taken to it very well so far today.
One car having problems under this caution. Jimenez, once again.
Oh, no.
He pitted and got the hood taken off of that car, but something else is going on. He was the highest running of the remaining locals.
And if I remember correctly, did you say that there were only 2 of them left?
Yes.
Oh, man.
If he has to take that car behind the wall, that's going to leave Jose Martini as the only local entry left. And he is 2 laps down.
Is he going to wind up shaken or stirred?
Well, we've seen thus far that 2 laps is definitely not insurmountable. Not at this point in the race.
Considering how this race has gone, most drivers have ended up shaken after their incidents, and others have just been stirred up with anger. Cars come onto the backstretch, getting ready to take the green flag.
An excellent stop by the number 7 crew is going to put Anthony Griffith in the lead for this restart. Perry Jones falls back to 7th, followed by Gallagher, Sharp, and Mauro Adachi recovering back into the top 5. Sergei Yakovsky is still trying to get back onto the lead lap. Jimenez is back on track, coming around and trying to join the back of the field, but it looks like he's going to miss the restart. Green flag is back out. Anthony Griffith trying to hold off Michaela Perry Jones. These two get clear of the lapped cars. Megan Gallagher struggling. And the caution is back out once again. M. Mark has slid into the turn 1 wall.
Truman Allison now is confirmed to have absolutely lost it. He is screaming wildly. He's flailing his arms. He knows his driver has wrecked again.
He completely blew his braking point and smashed into the back of Rip Tyler.
I think that was also approaching a bit of a stack up. I think Tyler was running into the back of the car that was in front of him as well.
It was that.
Charge is off. Truman's going to take the lead to the caution.
It's what we call the accordion effect. If one slows down, the car behind has to slow down. If someone doesn't slow down, things just go wild.
It may seem that Mark may be visited by Truman Ellison's friends later after the race.
Jimenez is still on the lead lap. What happened to Adachi? And there was an even bigger crash coming back to the caution. Grant Carsons and Adachi are in the wall.
Mauro Adachi.
Yeah, 86 car making some acquaintances.
Mauro Adachi seems to really like that high line, but it keeps getting him into the wall, be it on his own free will, or it's because of another car.
Keegan Mallory, I think, has run wide in the last corner so many times. It's kind of amazing that other people aren't more wary of where he.
He's driving a black car in a downpour. People can't see where he is.
Pretty sure they're wishing it wasn't a black car.
They're likely just...
Probably wishing it was Dayglow orange or fucking magenta or something so that they could see him. Talk about a dart without feathers today.
Maybe some Enduro-style LEDs on the rear bumper would help.
The leaders will not hit the pit lane this time.
Risky proposal there.
Though we only got one lap of green.
Where'd Perry Jones go?
I don't know.
I think she went off the track on turn 4 and was pushed back to the rear of the field.
Yep.
That only put her back to like 5th or 6th place, though.
The only leaders to come into the pits were Perry Jones, Sharp, and Ashcroft. And Mark. Okay, fine, there were a lot of leaders to come in.
Looks like most of them were further back in the field or already had damage, though.
Several cars in the back half of the lead lap hit the pit lane.
And where is Mr. Bloom?
David Bloom is back up into 5th.
John Burr doesn't know if he wants to be happy or should he be concerned.
John Burr is absolutely beaming over David Bloom's performance right now. He's yelling at him to go get him. Lots of optimism from the Team Burr camp.
So, top 5 is going to be Griffith, Gallagher, Ruiz, Jimenez, and Bloom.
The 69 car, the top 5? Nice.
Ha!
Let's have a look at the back of that 69 car, sponsored by anti-monkey butt powder.
This will be quite the view for the restart.
Bloom might not have the pace, but the drivers behind him are going to have to be careful on this restart to not pass him on the inside before the line, because they will get black flagged for that. Pace car dives into the pits. Anthony Griffith leads once again. Gallagher is behind him after Perry Jones slid off the track on the previous restart. Green flag back in the air. Big scramble in the back. David Bloom hits the wall, but otherwise we might be okay. John Burr hits the wall as well, as Griffith pulls away.
Well, to be fair, Bloom really didn't have anywhere to go but the wall since he was trying to get out of everyone's way. Like, a very courteous driver.
There may have been some contract between the 22 and the 212.
And the 82 is en route to the wall.
Yukovsky hits the wall and goes around again. Rip Tyler off the road.
The 16's really slow, trying to get that car back up to speed, and the caution's out.
Racing back to the line.
Let's see what may have brought out this yellow.
Looks to have just been the 82 and the 16.
The officials threw the caution for Yukovsky being really slow to get back up to speed. Racing back to the line now. Griffith is going to run off the road into the wall, and he's around. Right in front of the fight for second, Ruiz smashes into him. Another huge crash on the front stretch. Martini is involved. And that's going to be the end of the race for both of them.
Heartbreaking for the local.
Once again.
And the leader taken out just about halfway through the race.
Ruiz and Gallagher were side by side before that happened, coming out of the turn.
And by virtue of not smashing into another car, Gallagher's going to come out with the lead.
Was Carson's a lap down earlier?
Not sure.
I don't know if he was at any point, but he's been on the lead lap for at least the last 30 or 35 laps.
Okay. Megan Gallagher inherits the lead. Grant Carsons is up to second.
It's another DSR driver with an impressive recovery, as he's also been in the wall and around multiple times throughout this run.
Well, given that Ruiz, which was acting like a magnet to Carson's, is now out, Carson's may be able to speed.
Most of the cars on the lead lap are going to pit, but Patrick Ashcroft skips the pits, and he's going to take the lead. Perry Jones back up to second.
Was it Perry Jones, Sharp, and Mark who stayed out of the pits, or who did pit the last car?
I believe so.
So they may be on an alternate pit strategy. Instead of pitting with the rest of the leaders, they may just be pitting with the lap down car.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now been going for over an hour, and we're not even at halfway yet.
This is quickly turning into the race that never ends.
This is the race that never ends. It just
Stop.
goes on and on, my friend.
Because to be perfectly honest, I was thinking the exact same thing.
I was about to sing it, but okay.
That's reminding me of that Phoenix race, which I wasn't even in half. I wasn't even in most of that.
Perry Jones not pitting at all.
Yep, we got a few cars bypassing the pits. Patrick Ashcroft, Michaela Perry-Jones, and Daniel Sharp is back up to third.
Yeah, I believe that top four did pit during the previous caution when no one else did.
Gallagher is going to restart in 5th. As she was the first one to come down pit road.
Megan Gallagher beats everyone off in the pit lane.
I am now humming that song and trying to come up with my own lyrics.
As far as the local crowd here is considered, it's all up to Jimenez now.
Jimenez persevering so far for the local crowd. He is running around in 8th place with a very heavily damaged car.
Although, other than acceleration being a bit slower than the rest of the field, damage isn't going to account for much here as long as the car survives. Given that we are at a yellow flag almost every other lap.
One lap to go. This restart will finally put us past the halfway point.
It's still anybody's race.
I think everybody that hadn't shaved before this began is going to need to again at the end of it. We've been here for what seems like...
We've been here for what seems like what?
We've been here for what seems like how long? Like a couple days?
This is the race
Dude,
that
qualifying
might-
for 77 is
There
tomorrow.
will be no end.
We might be at risk of overstaying our transit visas.
Yeah.
This is the race that never ends. Another wreck, here we go, my friend.
Well, this race may be long, but it doesn't feel as long as the 2014 Team Master Cup season, which felt like it went on for about 5.
Close. Greg's mic.
I wonder why.
Pace car is off once again, but that won't be the final time it peels off, I'm certain. Patrick Ashcroft leads the field to the green flag this time. 12 cars still on the lead lap, 17 still on track overall as we hit halfway. Ashcroft jumps clear of everybody else. Michaela Perry-Jones is going to follow. field pouring, drifting through turn 1. Contact between Jimenez and Carsons. The 37 goes into the wall. Caution out once again.
It seems that David Blue may actually be faster than the 7 car now.
Keegan Mallory hits the wall once again.
Runs wide and puts the 6 in the wall.
Kelly Splicin and John Burr are off as we come to the caution.
By the way, Peter Ashcroft collects the Duck Roll Tires halfway point cash bonus
of $8.
I think I saw smoke coming from Splicen's car.
No, doesn't look like it. It may have been tire smoke, maybe.
Kelly's crew chief reminding her that if she tries to do a burnout with her tires again, she's going to have to pay the tire bill herself.
But it's okay because the $8 Duck Roll Tires halfway bonus will pay for a new set of Duck Roll tires.
The Duck Roll tires are only worth $8.
What a deal.
Ashcroft and Sharp stay out. Perry Jones goes in. As those, I think those were the 3 that stayed out the last caution.
Mark stayed out as, or never mind, sorry, I'm thinking of 2 cautions prior. My bad.
So the 99 and the 77 are going to stay out an additional time.
Yes, this race is still going with no ending.
This race is just like the Energizer Bunny. It keeps going and going and going.
I'm not singing the song again.
Well, I'm glad I missed it the first time.
Yep, we've barely passed halfway.
Hear that? Did you hear that tone in his voice? That's the I'm regretting this decision voice.
It's okay. This will all eventually come to an end. I hope.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Probably 2 days from now, but it will come to an end.
And it seems that some of the fans are falling asleep.
Although the alcohol here at the track isn't that expensive, so. And they do know how to party down here, so we can forgive them for that.
Does Smash Beer have a tequila-based drink?
Well, it would have to be from tequila.
It is merely tequila flavored. Smash Beer is not known for quality.
And it would have to be from tequila to call it that. To call itself that, anyway. And I doubt they care enough to try to do that. Because, kind of like Big Flats, the idea is not for you to enjoy, it's just for you to get drunk on really cheap, shitty beer. And then for you to regret all of your life's decisions about, 2 hours later?
Seems about right.
If I may point out, even with all of the attrition today, the last cars running are only 2 laps down.
Well, they really can't go more laps down if yellow flags are getting thrown constantly.
Yeah, which is why David Bloom in 7th is starting to look like a genius right about now.
If things keep up the way they are, David Bloom could very well get Team Burr's first win since John Burr's triumphant victory at Talladega in 1996.
Yeah, that yellow car looks pretty clean comparatively to a lot of the other cars in this race, and he's going just slow enough to not damage it that much every time he skates off the road. Might be the cleanest car still here.
Team Burr is on a very, very, very low budget, but they still made it to Mexico. What was everyone else's excuse?
You know what? Sometimes commitment is everything.
They
Mexico's a pretty
probably
long
had
way.
a fan pledge kind of deal going on to get them to Mexico, just to see what would happen.
Their lone Mexican fan helped them out. But unfortunately, after his antics at ABQ, Bobby Dwyer is on timeout and did not join the team here.
Bobby Dwyer has to be an embarrassment to the rest of the Dwyer family.
That appears to be
given Brad Dwyer's antics and some of the Kevin Dwyer conspiracy theories, that might actually fit right in line.
So Kevin's more the black sheep of the family?
No.
Pace car is off. Patrick Ashcroft leads once again. Daniel Sharp right behind him.
I'm saying they're all black sheep. Holy hell, that restart.
Sergei Yakovsky trying to get one of his laps back, and he's going to. Ashcroft was absolutely sleeping into turn one. We thought he had a great start, but I guess he was entering the corner very gingerly.
Oh, contact between the 77 and the 86.
Someone's off in the back.
And it's Bloom. He's going to get going again.
Through the peril Tata once again.
Still green.
Someone's going off.
That's not going to last for long.
You know, I decided to call it.
Cars off the road.
You know, I decided to call someone's going off in advance this time because I kind of saw that coming.
And that's some more lead lap cars too.
Stater Gallagher and Mark by the looks of things.
About a four-car wreck off of turn 4, but no caution. David Bloom briefly got by these guys.
I didn't want to bring it back out again. Screw these guys.
The flagman just took the yellow flag and threw it into the garbage. Battle for the lead. Grant Carson's coming after Patrick Ashcroft. Daniel Sharp off in the back. Mauro Adachi and Jimenez are involved. All the blue cars.
Wreck coming out of turn 4.
This time the caution will fly.
Yeah, after that the flagman actually realized he had to go down off the stand to pick up the flag again. He needed it.
And the weirdest part about this is they're not reeling back in the 82. The 82's gone.
Yeah, he's gonna get his lap back. Took him long enough, but
gonna put himself right back.
Boy finally did it.
Keegan.
Well, shit.
Oh, Yakovsky ran off the road. I think he's gonna lose that lap again. It was worth a try.
Oh. Sergey, what are you doing? Sergey!
You spoke too soon there.
Sergey!
Wow, you jinxed it. I'm guessing
were the
Sergey's getting a little
chosen
drunk
one.
off of vodka.
Keegan Mallory almost got his lap back from Grant Carson's.
This is gonna put the two DSR cars at the head of the field.
93 cars there. I think 93. Oh wait, the 7's there. Huh? In 4. We'll see if what's left of the 7 car can compete for the win still. Oh wait, we still have a long ways to go. Never mind.
As of this coming lap, it will be 40 to go.
And 3 hours to go.
Did Carson's and Ashcroft pit the last time? I don't think so.
Negative on both accounts.
Ashcroft did it. I don't know about Carson's.
Carson stayed out during the last caution.
I wonder if these lapped cars had a tire wear advantage.
And it looks like Perry Jones stays out this time.
Perry Jones stays out to
but
take the
she
lead
did
once
pit
again.
The last caution.
Indeed, she and Mark, I believe, were the only two lead lap cars that pitted during the most recent yellow. Mark obviously returns to the pits on account of the not insignificant damage that he's just received.
Keegan Mallory is going to restart on the tail end of the lead lap. So he and Yakovsky are going to get another chance to get their laps back.
And then regret all of their life decisions.
So you're saying they haven't already?
Well, I'm being optimistic.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes.
I probably should have picked a different race to experiment with this format. I apologize to all of you for keeping you here so long.
See, I told you he was regretting it, and then no, he waits about 10 minutes to finally admit. This is what he does to us. He keeps us locked in a basement.
I haven't
We're not
eaten in
getting
3
paid for this,
days.
are we, Siege?
You've eaten in the
The
last
chain
week?
around my foot is getting itchy.
When in the past week has there been food?
Good point.
How did I miss that?
I've been eating my hand. Y'all are just waiting for real food.
I ain't saying shit. I'm not saying I stole your
taste
rations,
delicious.
but I'm not saying I didn't either.
Would you rather eat your hand or a full meal from Grease Burger?
It's a tough call.
Yeah, it actually is.
It depends on the price.
Given that I need both my hands to eat a burger from Grease Burger, it'd be a little hard to choose.
You don't need both hands.
And in all the ruckus, Rip Tyler was the only car to drop out.
He's gonna finish what, 14th?
17th.
Rip to Tyler.
So there's only about 16 cars left in the race.
Yep, 16 cars still running. That is more than half of the field that started, though. So by FARC standards, we're doing pretty well.
Those in the future who go back and look at the record will have no idea.
For the umpteenth time, one to go to the restart. We probably have at least 24 more restarts after this. $80 into this race. We're only on lap 62.
Reminded of, again, that Phoenix race. And for those of you, I've mentioned this before, it went over 2.5 hours.
So, what Phoenix race?
That was a Shade Tree Racing race. I crashed out. I was the third caution. It was the only yellow I brought out, and I said, and my mom needed help with groceries. And so I was like, all right, look, I'm just going to park it. And my mom needs my help. So I went to go get groceries, with my mom. So then by the time we got home, because we took my sweet time, because I figured, you know what, they're going to be done You know, I'm not gonna have anything to worry about. When I got back, they had about 55 laps to go. They were still going. I was like, "You gotta be shitting me!" I was laughing. Nobody else was.
All right. Coming to the restart, Michaela Perry-Jones and Grant Carson's, the DSR teammates, 1-2. Keegan Mallory starting on the tail end of the lead lap. This is his best chance to finally get back onto the lead lap. He was very fast coming to the caution in that last run.
Should be interesting.
Sorry,
The 82 is stuck behind the 74, which is probably more damage than he is.
Sorry, give me a moment.
The suspense.
I think he went to get a drink. I could believe that, honestly.
Alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
Yes.
Good answer.
Exactly. Yes.
Green flag back out. Phyllis Theodore. Oh, and Keegan Mallory forming a blockade for the leaders. Kovsky around the inside. Caleb Perry-Jones trying to get around these lapped cars, but that's not happening.
Here comes Zukovsky under Perry Jones to get his lap back.
Theodore might be back on the lead lap, or at least one lap down. Kovsky getting around the 93, as well as Keegan Mallory. Oh, Perry-Jones and the 99 off the road.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
They're going to keep it straight, and we're going to keep going here.
Maro Adachi's gone off the road as well. No caution yet.
Old David Bloom is still trucking along.
Oh, Mallory off. He's going to lose that lap again. Anthony Griffith coming after Grant Carson's for the lead.
Mallory nearly merging in front of Splicin moving out of the way just in time.
Oh, the leaders might run each other off the road here. Carson's goes off into the wall. So does Mallory again.
Oh,
we have multiple cars off.
With a big hit in the back.
I got a feeling that the 86 made that move knowing that they were going to be able to keep it on the track.
Daniel Sharp having some problems. We're still green.
I think problems describes his entire day.
Anthony Griffith pulls away from Megan Gallagher, who now takes over second place.
I think Carson's isn't going to be terribly happy with that move Griffith pulled on him, because that was cheeky.
And I think I'm hearing cheering from the back as we've gone more than 2 laps green.
And Carson's is off again.
John Burr is off and around. That's going to be another caution.
John Burr.
Me and my big mouth.
John Burr really is his teammate's best friend. He threw that car off the road to draw a caution to keep David Bloom on the lead lap, probably. Because of how slow that thing is, he would have fallen off the lead lap in 5 laps.
Yeah, you're right, Woodard. That's a whole 4 laps past the restart.
That was our longest green flag run.
Jimenez into the wall again. Mark joins him.
Because sure.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Man, Jimenez nailed that wall.
Yeah.
2/3 of the way through now.
Yay.
But if we get another 3-4 laps each of these green flag runs, we might get done before 2 hours.
Might.
Well, we will likely get done before 2 a.m.
That's some wishful thinking right there.
Yeah. I am starving. Luca is starving. We planned on going out to get burgers after this. So let's hope this gets done soon enough.
You could just probably have them delivered depending on what restaurant you go through.
Some cars are the lead lap on pit road, but Griffith stays out. Griffith stays out. The 86 stays out.
A quick word here. Did you get injured by a TV monitor thrown by Truman Ellison? Call the law offices of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, where your conspiracy is our activity.
41 seems to be having a problem.
Maybe should have made the caution speed a little quicker. One car slow in the back. That's Kelly Splicin. I saw her limping around the inside on the front stretch. Not gotten that car back up to speed.
That's one of the cleaner looking cars.
Even though she's been in about half the incident.
I stand by what I said.
Daniel Sharp, Patrick Ashcroft, and Perry Jones are coming around to join the back of the field after they made stops.
The fact the 82 is...
Menez is still going, but he has gone off the lead lap.
Anyways.
The peanut gallery is still here. Some of us are struggling to stay awake because we just realized this race has been going on for almost 90 minutes.
The peanut gallery is still here, but we are running out of peanuts to toss.
Yeah.
We get the one to go here. We'll get the restart with 30 to go.
I'm down to almonds, so...
30 laps to go on this restart, but I'm getting word from race control that officials are deliberating shortening this race if we get any more chaos.
If.
When?
I believe that Kelly Splicin is officially out of the race.
Yes, unfortunately, Kelly Splicin has dropped out with an engine failure, but due to this attrition rate, she will still finish 16th. 15 cars remain on the track. Coming to the restart, our but patience of the officials is wearing thin. We will hear a decision in a few moments.
In other words, the competition director that is hungry for burgers has loaded the shotgun.
Alright. I'm sorry, I need to tell Luca what just happened. Because they are inquiring behind me.
Good job, Cooper. You just broke him.
I'm not breaking them.
This race
I'm not
is
physically there.
Eat
Good
a
thing I have
Snickers.
salted peanuts.
Jesus Saint, I would have shot you. I would have shot you hours ago.
Alright, we're back. Let's resume time once again. Just in time for the restart. Anthony Griffith continuing to lead, but Grant Carson's the guy he ran off the road to get it, starts right behind him. This is gonna get interesting.
There's got Sergei Yakovsky on the inside trying to get his lap back, and Griffith gets an excellent start. They get around the 82.
David Bloom still mucking things up for the back half of the field. Oh, contact between Sharp and Adachi. They are both in the wall, but they keep it straight. The caution does not come out.
Thankfully.
Grant Carson's way off the pace. He's dropping spots as Yakovsky and Mallory come after Griffith to try to get their laps back.
They're in a
Griffith
big hurry now.
running wide. Oh, he just barely runs off the road, but that's going to bog him down.
Hey, someone went into the grass and didn't throw it into the wall for once.
Megan Gallagher has thrown it into the wall. She's going to lose that spot to Bloom.
These lap cars must be in a big hurry now that there's threat of a race shortage coming up. That's not a word.
Okay, these are all lapped cars here. Let's go back a bit further for the new leader, Mark. Grant Carson's back up to second, but Perry Jones is coming through in a hurry. She pitted under that last caution, and she's definitely showing it. Mark now running wide off the road. He's around. Grant Carson's is off as well. They're both still in the grass. Caution has not come out yet as Perry Jones takes the lead back.
Those lap cars in front of her, though, are
Oh.
hoping the caution comes out.
M. Mark has backed up onto the racing surface. That's going to bring the caution out again.
I guess we can say goodbye to Mark as he's going to be suffering a shotgun wound to the stomach.
Not only that, but Carson's has been bogged down in the grass. Coming back to the caution, Keegan Mallory is going to get back onto the lead lap. Luis Jimenez is barely gonna hang on, maybe.
Yakovsky couldn't exactly keep up.
He got into the grass and he just got bogged down as well.
That's what, the third time he's done that?
Yep.
And now, we have 12 cars on the lead lap. Phyllis Theodore, Keegan Mallory, and Luis Jimenez.
And David Bloom is still one of them, I think.
Yes, David Bloom still on the lead lap now.
And probably with the cleanest car on the lead lap, too. Hell, in the entire field.
Team Burr can go home knowing that David Bloom will get a top 15 finish at the...
Well, I think they locked that up a while ago. I think now they've set their sights on higher.
Team Burr's got a double top 15 locked up. This has been a hell of a start to the season for that team.
Yeah.
So 8th place for John Burr at Sayer, 16th for David Bloom at ABQ, and now they've got a double top 15 locked up.
Yeah, and it's all because everyone else are too stupid to stop wrecking themselves. They can show up with 5-year-old engines or whatever the hell they've got in there, something probably held together with Flexaccord and Hope, and they'll pull top 15s out of their ass and get results they have no business even being in contention. But since the rest of the field has an IQ that's about room temperature, they somehow take them.
The room temperature of a freezer.
Yeah.
Oh, good grief.
Ashcroft and Sharp stay out. Carson stays out as well, I think.
Carson's just came out of the pits after receiving a tow off the front stretch.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So very few cars stay out of the pit lane. Michaela Perry-Jones leads the cars who did. "25 laps to go when we pass the start-finish line this time."
We will officially pass the 3/4 mark.
I think we've thinned out the field enough to where we're starting to get some relatively long green flag runs.
Relatively
long compared to what we've seen the rest of the day.
Long-ish.
Perry Jones, according to radio transmissions, is no less uncomfortable with her car than she has been since the start of the race, and has reportedly been very concerned about the damage done that early contact in pit road as well as with the wall off of turn 4, but the crew appears to be very keen not to make much changes to that car because whatever they've got going for them, it's obviously been working very well thus far.
I mean, when you've been having one lap green flag runs the entire race, 3 laps, having 3-lap green flag runs feels like you just finished Le Mans.
No kidding.
In comparison.
Does anyone have a count of how many? Excuse me. Does anyone have a count of how many cautions we've had?
Yes.
Why?
And it's a lot.
Why?
I will read off the official count once we wrap things up, if it ever comes to that.
At this rate, the Vickers Collision and Glass pace car will lead the most lap.
I think he's already locked that up.
And the pace car driver is demanding a substantial pay raise.
For the first time ever in FARC history, the pace car needed to make a pit stop itself in order to get fuel to complete all these pace laps.
Yeah, Vicker has to be awfully happy with the exposure that they've been getting from this deal.
Oh yeah.
1 lap to go till green.
We're going to get the restart with 23 laps to go. Patrick Ashcroft and Daniel Sharp at the front of the field. Daniel Sharp, the pole sitter, has been up and down the field throughout the day. Then again, so has everybody else.
And you can tell just by looking at that 77 car that this race has been an adventure for him. Also, throughout all the shuffling, Todd Stater finds his way back in the top 5.
Oh yeah, Todd Stater. He's there.
Somehow.
There's now only 3 cars on that inside line now.
Grant Carsons is going to try. Carsons and Yukovsky are going to try to get themselves back onto the lead lap again. Yukovsky's been trying so hard, but he's kept throwing it away these past several restarts. Let's see if he finally gets it this time. Pace car is off. Patrick Ashcroft sees the green flag.
Great
Down
start by the 99. They get ahead of the 86.
Down into turn 1 once again. Carson's looking to challenge on the inside. Daniel Sharp trying to hold off Perry Jones. She's going to turn the 77. He keeps it straight somehow.
93 not making any
Saved it.
86 trying to fight to get his lap back, or is he only one lap down, or is he multiple?
He's gonna clear the 99 if he can keep it on the road this time. Perry Jones off the road and she's around.
I don't think there's going to be too many people disappointed about that one.
That may be a caution. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Who's
We
gonna
have
get their
a
lap?
caution.
But we've still got to race back. We still got to race back to the line. Grant Carsons needs to keep it on the road once again to get back onto the lead lap. Keegan Mallory and Jimenez are 6th and 5th, respectively. After they've been trapped a lap down for so long, Carsons is going to get his lap back, but Griffith hits... Okay.
On Discord.
All right. All right, thankfully I did not lose my internet connection. That was just a hiccup by OBS.
I was wondering if the shotgun had been fired.
Not yet.
This race has been going on for so long, even the stream is starting to rebel.
Is the stream on the same page still?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I could see. We're under yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
It looks like 2006, but it's fine.
Fortunately, I will not be sourcing the footage from the stream. I will go back and re-record that. Patrick Ashcroft, after being bested by a lapped car, is going to come in for some fresh duck roll tires. I just heard a collision. It's David Bloom in the wall under yellow.
David Bloom finally goes around. Although at this point it doesn't really matter.
Daniel Sharp partaking in some fresh duck roll tires as well. Of course, these tires don't stay fresh for long.
Those are, I believe, Ashcroft and Sharp, I believe, were the two cars that stayed out the last caution.
David Bloom's going to stay out as well. You know, it's really fortunate for Team Burr that a set of duck roll tires is only $8 each.
Well, I wouldn't really call them fresh. I think they're just retreaded old race tires.
From what, 1951?
Yes.
When race
No,
tires,
they stole them from SWH.
when race tires pretty much just meant whatever the hell you could get off the lot. Or back when there weren't any rules around tires at all.
So let's see if Yukovsky comes into pit road here, or is he going to stay out front here and be on the tail end of the lead lap for the restart? And it looks like he does.
Yukovsky taking his chances on track position, getting desperate at this point. And looks like Mauro Adachi has gone a lap down now. What has happened to him? Oh, coming around to join the tail end of the lead lap, Adachi gets stuck in the grass.
Can blame them, but it's not really doing you much.
Yeah, because you're under yellow.
Get a look
Okay,
at
how
this
did
top
Todd
five
Stater
here.
find himself in the lead?
Here, Stater will lead him to the restart. Gallagher in second. Jimenez in third. Mallory fourth. Griffith fifth.
And after all the trials and tribulations he's been through, Jimenez is still giving the hometown crowd one last driver to root for.
Yeah.
Well, you were right about Keegan Mallory.
Even the stream wants this to end.
The stream saying, let's just get this over with already.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of surprised our sponsors have not taken us off the air yet.
Which ones?
What sponsors? This thing isn't monetized.
Yeah, when did we get those? Can I have some?
Besides, any kind of publicity is good publicity, so why would it be pulled off anyway?
Yeah, what money? Didn't we just go through, we were getting paid in peanuts?
There's a lot of peanuts on the track.
Yeah, and I'm running low on peanuts right now.
I'm getting paid in duck roll tires. I don't know about you guys.
Never met a man that ate tires before.
You tend to go through a couple.
When you're this hungry.
Give me an idea for duck roll jerky.
We assure you it's supposed to smell like burnt rubber.
Really? Because it smells like shame.
I thought it smelled like the lowest bidder.
Same difference.
Alright, 1 to go. It's going to be 16 laps left when we get the restart.
I think they'll split them evenly between green and yellow.
A wall of lapped cars is going to impede Todd Stater.
Looks like the lap cars haven't boxed in.
That they do.
Yeah, but unlike the other two, Yukovsky still got some speed in that car.
This poor crowd hasn't watched a FARC race here without rain in over 15 years, and now they've watched all but one of their drivers fall.
Well, it
They
is
know
quite
how to.
depressing.
You know what? You know what? They know how to party here.
They'll be fine.
Well, that's good to know.
Exactly. Some of us were offered free drinks.
You were?
Yeah.
I wasn't. I don't know about anyone else.
I was gonna say, I didn't get them.
Well, as long as it's not the water, you should be fine.
Pace car is off once again. Todd Stater leads for, I believe, the first time today, but he's boxed in by the lapped cars. Sergei Yukovsky off to a good... Keegan Mallory looking for second, following his teammate.
After being a, you know what?
Through the final corner, Todd Stater runs off. Mallory to the lead. Theodore and Burr go off too, but nothing major yet.
Mallory
Everyone
could be the
keeps it
first
under control.
WMD to win a FARC.
The rest of us aren't. Daniel Sharp looking for third. And he's going to get it pretty easily, heading into the corner. So do most of the leaders except for M. Mark. Oh, David Bloom's off again. And Todd Stater.
Oh, he killed that thing.
Todd Stater has to hit the pit lane. David Bloom backing it up. Looks like he's going to get going again.
That's in the very back of the field, so that might not bring up that doesn't bring up the caution.
Caution does not come out for David Bloom. Keegan Mallory has Daniel Sharp all over him now.
Not
Oh,
this
but
thing
he's going to
for,
run wide and into the wall. So much for that recovery.
That's a shame for David.
Luckily, Sharp's going to keep it pointed in the right direction. And Yamina is still holding on to third place now.
Patrick Ashcroft back up into second now. Keegan Mallory trying to lap Sergei Akovsky once again.
Honestly, Mallory should just let him go and focus on not wrecking.
Go figure. The only time that Yakovsky's been able to stay ahead of the leaders, now the caution's not coming out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Smooth for Keegan Mallory out of the final corner again.
Yakovsky manages to put some distance between him and Mallory.
93 car under the grass, but keeps it off the wall. Gonna
Think
lose
they got
few
a
spots in
little.
the process.
By the way, at one point, Keegan Mallory was a lap down and trying to
No,
fight
he
to
was
get
2
it-
laps
get their
down.
lap back.
He was
Oh.
2 laps down.
Yeah, I think he may have been 2 laps down and got one of them back and was just trapped 1 lap down forever. Oh, and Yakovsky's going to run off the road. David Bloom has crashed again, right in front of the leader. That might bring out the caution.
Yep. He stayed on the lead lap.
Right on cue.
That boy stayed on the lap for 88 whole laps. That's got to be a new record.
A very, very
yes.
good run for Team Burr.
Sergei Yakovsky, yet again, does not get his lap back.
And guess what? Single file.
Not to wreck until he was put back a lap.
New record.
Kind of hard not to when 90% of the race is caution filled.
More than can be said for some of the drivers.
Splicing,
As
cough,
we
cough.
slowly
Yeah.
but surely
I
approach the
mean,
2-hour mark.
David Bloom has run a cleaner race than most of these guys.
Yeah.
What's everyone
that-
else's excuse?
Yeah, and that car's been in various stages of falling apart the entire night.
That's the
Day,
86 car.
night. I can't tell the difference anymore.
That's the 86 car in the pit lane.
Grant Carson's hitting the pits. This might be a really good call.
Or a really bad one.
And you know
Depends
what? I
on
think that may
who
have been the
wrecks and
longest green
where.
flag run we've had today.
Yes, I believe it is. So with very few cars left, we're getting longer and longer green flag runs. And these drivers are reporting a lot of fall off with the duck roll rain tires, even in such short runs. So Grant Carson's maybe onto something here by pitting with 10 to go. Grant Carson's has yet to win a race in the FARC Lowe Dollar Series.
He, of course, is coming off a third place finish at Albuquerque, in which he and Kerry Fenton were right on the heels of eventual winner Hunter Blaze when the checkered flag flew. That 86 car scored well, now I can't remember. Scored at least 1 win last season with Joshua Pacer behind the wheel at Sayre Speedway.
That it did.
I believe that was the only victory for that car.
I bet he's glad to have jumped out of the series, whose races are always caution-filled, and into the ASCC, whose races have been caution-filled so far.
Although, given the past few races, Pacer may not think of it as such a good.
May not.
He's already visited Victory Lane for Flair Motorsports, a team who's gotten both of their cars to Victory Lane thus far.
This is
For the
true.
For the first time in an eternity, they've had more than one competitive car, and given their history, not always a good thing.
It will be 7 laps to go when we get the restart. Keegan Mallory is trying to win after being trapped a lap down for most of the day. But first, he'll have to keep it on the road.
Which has not been easy the entire race.
Yeah, that's been a very, very tall order for most of the field.
And that's going to be interesting.
David Bloom is the first car 1 lap down, 1 car pulling off to the side. It's Jimenez.
Oh, that's a crying shame.
So close to the end of the race, he's got more problems from 4th place.
And there goes the last hope for everybody in the stand.
Well, he can't be ashamed of that effort.
It was a valiant effort indeed to be in 4th place with a car in that condition at this stage in the race.
Looks like he will get back to the pits. Pace car is off. Keegan Mallory trying to score his 2nd career win. And there's the green. David Bloom holding up everybody behind him.
That's a caution waiting to happen.
And a huge start for Todd Stater. He gains a ton of positions.
Taking advantage of the slow car of David Bloom.
If Mallory can pull it off, he would be the
77.
comeback driver on this race.
Oh, Mallory has lost the lead to Patrick Ashcroft through 1 and 2.
Greg, you really have to stop jinxing everybody.
Never.
Ashcroft trying to make it through the corner. Oh, Daniel Sharp not so lucky. He hits the wall. Oh, this might draw a caution. Here comes Mauro Adachi. Big hit for the 77.
And that may be it.
I don't think so. We are at 6 laps to go.
There's the yellow.
Oh, it'll be leaders are still
it's over.
Leaders are still racing back to the line, so it'll be 5 to go when they take the caution. I think we're going to have a shootout on our hands.
Mallory, I believe, lost.
He lost second.
That's Jimenez, who's came out of the pits. He's a lap down. Mallory is. Oh, okay. I messed that completely up. It's been a long day.
Jimenez comes back out onto the track.
Stater's a lap down, actually.
Oh, Stater is a lap down. How did that happen?
Okay.
Oh yeah, he did hit the wall. We stayed green, and I think he came into the pits.
Yeah, I think
he had to pit under green, and he lost.
Yeah, we saw
the
that
lead
earlier,
lap.
right?
Now he's gonna be Ashcroft's best friend.
Yeah, we saw that earlier. I just forgot about it.
I don't know about that. He was a lot faster than the 99.
At this point, is anybody going to come into pit road?
I think he's
With so few cars left, nobody's opting to take tires on this stop.
Not even the people that have to, or probably should. If I'm the 77, I throw the dice to do it anyway, but then again, still got plenty of time to lose that top 10.
Patrick Ashcroft trying to get his family team's first win in the series. I think it would be that team's first win. I might be misremembering.
And by the way, 2 hours elapsed.
Oh. Yeah, my prediction did not come true, but we are very, very close to the end.
I can't remember if Thomas Tucker ever won a race. I think he won a qualifier at Daytona, but I can't remember if there were any points races.
I think he won the rookie shootout the last time that race was run.
My mistake. That's what he won.
But that's a partial points race.
True.
A shout out, by the way, to all the trackside workers and volunteers who have helped us put this race on this week.
We are sadly not paying them enough. Oh, wait.
They're not getting paid at all.
They usually don't.
That's why they're volunteers.
Yep.
They are being paid in delicious salty snacks by our race sponsor, Tesoro Snacks.
That's compensation.
Is it?
For 2 hours of...
A big turnover rate in FARC nowadays, so the term rookie is kind of meaningless.
Looks like we're gonna get either a 1 to go or a none to go. At this point.
Pace car lights go off this time. We will get a 1-lap shootout to end this race. Patrick Ashcroft is praying that we won't have to go back to green.
Although he's kind of sitting pretty right now because remember, he does have the 66 in between him and Mallory.
But Mallory is his teammate, and
Stater makes things a little awkward.
Stater was much faster than the 99 coming back to that caution, so who's to say he's not gonna run him a little wide. Todd Stater is Dave Hetzel Racing Enterprises' primary driver, but it's been Keegan Mallory stealing the spotlight of that team in recent memory. He won on tire strategy at Provo. Meanwhile, Stater has not won since Salem in 2017. All right, pace car lights are off. We're going to get a 1-lap shootout.
Oh, boy.
Next flag ends the race.
Better buckle up, buttercups. I hope everyone at home still has their popcorn ready for this.
At this point, the popcorn that has fallen behind the sofa 5 months ago is newer than the popcorn that was prepared for this race. Down the backstretch at 40 miles an hour for the second to last time. One car up in smoke. It looks like Mauro Adachi.
It looks like that car's finally broke.
This last leg of the race has not been kind to Adachi after he led laps earlier.
Here comes through turns 3 and 4. This is, again, if I were Ashcroft, I'd be pretty worried about that 66 behind him.
Pace car is off for the final time. I guarantee it's the final time now.
Yes, we could say that with certainty now.
This is
shootout.
The most nervous lap of Patrick Ashcroft's life begins now. Todd Stater all over him, pulling out to the inside.
Mallory gets a poor start.
Mallory blew
I don't know about that. Oh, yeah, Mallory. Mallory was really sleeping on that start. He still maintains second.
Ashcroft wide.
You know the 99 still got to make it through the last corner, too.
Here comes the 86 car with those fresher tires.
Down the backstretch for the final time into the treacherous turns 3 and 4 for Patrick Ashcroft. Grant Carsons takes second from Keegan Mallory after restarting in 6th. Here comes Carsons with a huge head of steam. Oh, Stater is off, but Patrick Ashcroft is going to take the win at the Tesoro Treasure Trove of Taste 100. The race finally comes to an end.
What a final lap from Carsons.
Yay.
I just hope Ruiz isn't waiting to beat the crap out of him once he gets out of that car.
It's over. It's finally over.
Carsons probably could have used one more lap to catch up to the 99.
Oh yeah, one more lap and Carsons definitely would have got it.
Another
leave it to a race like this where Todd Stater blows by the lead. Like
David
blows by the
Bloom
leader.
has finished this race.
Todd Stater couldn't even let the leader be the headliner.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the third day and Jesus has risen.
What a call by the 86 team to throw those tires on. If that caution and the final caution had lasted one lap, looks like the win could have easily been his.
How many yellows were there?
We're going to find out.
About 38.
We're going to find out soon enough. Though Patrick Ashcroft is unofficially the winner. He just needs to get through the Room of Doom.
And a top 5 for Phyllis Theodore with a car that looks like it does not belong anywhere near there.
Jimenez blew up, had I don't know how many wrecks, and he still got 10th.
David Bloom finished 13th after
Jimenez
starting, last place?
First. While we wait to hear the inspection report, we shall pull up the race results and see how many cautions we had.
I have a feeling he's about to get strangled by the competition director.
16 cautions flew today for 61 laps in total.
That makes sense. That
I thought it was
up.
more.
There were 22 lead changes between 12 drivers. We're waiting.
And hell has finally frozen over.
So 61% of the entire race was a caution lap. Oh boy.
Each caution was approximately 4 laps, so oh boy. It's an average green flag run of about 3.
All right, inspection report has just been handed to me from the race officials. 26th place, Ben McClellan has failed inspection for unapproved parts. That is a 50-point penalty. Otherwise, everybody else has passed.
Hooray!
Well, that's
Did
going to
the
be a kick while
illegal
he's down.
parts get? Did the illegal parts get broken?
No, that was probably the only thing that didn't.
It's going to be a kick while he's down after dropping out so early.
Ben McClellan only made it 9 laps.
And with a lot of damage.
All right. Despite how long this took, how frustrating this was fun. What do you guys think?
It was
I concur.
fun.
Yeah, this worked when
I enjoyed it.
things were happening.
So, depending on how editing goes for this, I might do this again later in the season.
Cool.
Alright. I have to thank everybody for their patience, but we finally got this race done. I will get to work on the recap soon enough. We'll see how that goes. But until then, I'll see you all next time.
Just locked in his basement. No.
Shush.